Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to these polishes from Nabi. These are the magnetic polishes that I found these at Walgreens, and they have 30 colors to choose from. There are 3 different styles of magnets. There's the chevrons, diagonal stripes, and then straight across stripes. And each individual color has an individual style. So you won't find like all 3 styles in, say, silver, for example. So you just need to look at the tops of the bottles to figure out which color has which style. These are $3.99 a bottle when I bought them, but within, about 4 days, they've now raised the price to $4.99 at the store that I went to. So I know not all Walgreens have them, so you just need to kind of like look. They dry a little faster than, say, the icing ones. The bottles are bigger, so you're actually getting more for your money even. The nice thing about them is that the stripes and the design in the magnet are actually printed. I had to use like a Sharpie to try and figure out which way the icing ones go. And the magnets of these brands, of course, are interchangeable. Even, if you have the China glaze magnet or whatever, they're all interchangeable because they all do basically the same thing. I've worn these for several days. I don't have too much trouble with chipping or peeling, which is great. So far these have been a really, really good purchase. Okay, now to get started with the swatches. These first 3 I don't have bottles for because these are not ones that I personally own, but anyway, I'm going to show them to you. Anyway, this is the first color. This one is called Dark Wine. It's very, very pretty. And on all of these swatches, just so you know ahead of time, I've used just diagonal stripes just because I wanted all my swatches to look kind of the same, and they all have a layer of Seche Vite over the top, so they are a little bit more shiny now. So that is Dark Wine. This next one is called Cappuccino, and this one on camera looks a little more gold than it really is. It's a very copper type color in real life, and the stripes have a slight pinkish tint to them, so that's kind of a neat thing. This next one here is called Lilac, and it's very dark, so obviously it doesn't look very lilac-y to me, but it is somewhat purple. That has a nice dimensional effect on it, and you will see more. The background color looks a little bit darker on camera than it is in real life. It's got a very raspberry type color to it. This next one here is called Blueberry. Yeah, that one I actually have a bottle for. That's this one here, and Blueberry. Doesn't look like a blueberry to me. Looks very pink, but it's sparkly and very pretty, and yeah, it's a real nice pink one. This one is one that I prefer over the pink, the actual color named pink that they have. That one looks very metallic, and the bottle looks very, very pretty bright pink, but the contrast doesn't work very well, so you don't get much of a stripe to show. So I would warn you at least about that one color. This next color here is not a Nabi brand. This one is actually from Icing. It's their pink. They don't have names for their colors, so it's just their kind of metallic pink. So I swatched them all on the same card, but that's how that looks. It is using a Nabi brand magnet though, so you can see that they obviously work. This next one here is called Tawny. Here is the bottle. Okay. The bottle is showing a little more true to what the color looks like in real life. It's showing maybe a little bit redder on the nail here, but it's a very pretty color. If you compare the 2 colors here, you can see this one is definitely more purple than this one. This one has a little bit more red to it, so that's how they compare color-wise. The next color here is one of my favorites. This one is called Wine. Here's the bottle. Very beautiful red color. I have a picture of this on my Facebook page. It's just a beautiful red color. It's very dimensional. It's got a very tiger eye type effect, which I love. This next one here is one of the few colors they have that are lighter and kind of a cream color in nature. This one is called Lavender. And it is a very pretty kind of mauve-y type of color. I suppose almost lavender, but not exactly. But if I go like this, you can kind of see it's a really nice kind of natural, a little more subtle, but the stripes show up nicely. This next one here is going to be terrible for camera. As if you watch any bunch of my videos, you will know by now that purples do not come up nicely on my camera. This shows up way more blue. If you look at the stripes look nice and bright purple. That is what the whole bottle looks like. In fact, in real life, this whole thing looks just like a deeper purple with a light purple on top, not blue at all. But see, like that's much closer to the real color. But that one is just their purple. It's just called purple. The next one here is called Candid. Here is the bottle. And it is a gold, kind of olivey gold kind of look. And when you do the magnetic thing on here, the gold shows as the underneath color, and then you have a lighter metallic type of stripe on there. So that's Candid. This color here is not a Nabi brand. This is another one of my icing polishes. It's a darker silver. The only silver they have. They only have like 4 colors. Next color I'm going to show you here is black. Color number 1. Just a plain black. It's very nice with the nice silver striping coming through. Next is the silver from Nabi. That one is number 2. Silver. Okay. Very nice silver. This is a fantastic one for how the stripes come through, very metallic. And if you want to compare the icing brand to this Nabi brand, you can see the Nabi or the icing brand is way darker, so it's got more of a charcoal. Kind of goes in between these two. The next color, another one of the ones that I absolutely love. This is their navy blue. Navy blue. Really nice, deep, rich color. Nice effect. Very pretty blue. This next one is one that makes me laugh, kind of, because if I were going to name this, considering how they name them, I would call it emerald green, right? Want to know what it's called? Teal. Doesn't look teal to me. Does it look teal to you? No. But it's a beautiful color. I mean, it's got a lot of sparkle to it. It's a really, really nice green. Next is this color, which is what I probably myself would have called teal. It's sky blue. Yeah, some of the naming I don't quite get, but it's really nice. It's one of those that's more of a smooth color rather than sparkly, but it does have sort of a sheen to it, but it's pretty. And this last swatch is, again, one of my icing brands. This is one of the ones that I used when I did my Under the Sea design. I used it as that water background. If you haven't seen that video, you can check that out. Anyway, those are all of the swatches. This is only, out of the Nabi brands, it's only 14 colors there out of the 30. So there are plenty more to choose from. Now I'm going to show you a quick demonstration and explain a little bit more too about tips that I've learned along the way. The main thing that affects the quality of the magnetic image you get has to do with the thickness of the layer that you put on your nails. If you go too thick, believe it or not, it doesn't pull up as nicely and you have some trouble. If you go super thin, you don't have enough polish for it to actually pull. So you want to have just kind of a nice medium amount. And I guess I could demonstrate this with, what color should we pick, you guys? Oh, let's pick the sky blue. What the heck? So sometimes, the one thing I want to do is I want to make sure, since this dries somewhat fast, I worry about dry out. So what I try to do is I use a different bottle with the magnet design that I want to use, and I keep that to use for actually doing the magnetizing so that I can keep the lid on this. But that's just my personal preference. If you only have one bottle, obviously you can't do that. But okay, so I'm going to put just kind of an average, medium, I guess medium to thick amount on my nail. Okay, I'm going to recap and then use that other magnet and show you. This is how close I hold this to my nail. You see that? There's barely any space between it at all. I rest it just so that it's not touching the nail. And a great tip I picked up from my Simple Little Pleasures on her channel, she actually did a demonstration on the China glaze polishes, which was a fantastic swatching thing. And she actually told me that as you're holding this here, you may even want to blow on the nail a little bit to help dry it, because really these magnets are pulling up the image pretty much right away, but you hold it here because you want to give the polish a chance to dry, because if you take it away too early, the design will start to just morph right back into the polish. But here you have this fun little stripy design, okay? And I'm going to show you somewhat of an example of like a fail. Is using too much. I'm going to show you that real quickly. A lot of this is just practice. If you get too, don't let it frustrate you too much. There are a couple of colors, that are a little bit harder to get the image. Oh, I forgot I was doing thick. So let me put a ton of polish on here. Whoop. Let me grab this chevron magnet to show you. Okay. You also, oop, I just touched it too. Let's see. What a mess. I'm just going to wipe that off. If you put too much polish, and now I've already taken some of it off, it starts to like drip to the sides and you get this sort of lumpy look. You want to hold your finger as still as possible, because if you're moving it around, you're going to actually affect the way the design looks. But as I hold this here and I pull it away, because there's too much polish on here, you see, I'm not getting practically any image at all. That is just by virtue of the fact that there's way too much polish on my finger. And then the thicker it is, the darker this is going to look, to where the base almost will look black practically. Now, using that same color, I'm going to do a normal amount of what I would normally use and try that same design. I'm going to hold it here over my finger. Okay, and here you have the stripes. I'm not the best with the chevrons. I don't know what my problem is, but at least there you see same polish, no stripes, and then you get nice stripes. And that is literally just because of the thickness of the polish layer that I used. So that part is important. It takes a little bit of practice. If you get one color that doesn't work well, don't give up, because there's a lot of these are really fantastic. The last couple of things I can tell you is that you do want to put a top coat over these, because it does bring the shine as well as the sparkle and dimension really to life. So top coat is important. I have had people ask me, can you wear this over acrylic nails? Of course you can, because it's nail polish. You know what I mean? It'll work over whatever you'd paint nail polish over. I don't know. I think that covers it. So if you have any questions that you want to ask that I haven't covered here, go ahead and put that in the comment section, and I will be happy to answer whatever I can. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.